Hello, welcome to the Steam preview version of Void War. This game is exactly what FTL was supposed to be in the end, but the developers kind of left it at, the best version it was, but never really continued with it. This is the best FTL you'll ever play, and I think this is probably the last chance of us actually getting an FTL sequel. So if you want an FTL sequel, this is the closest thing you'll get. Now, why is the game so good? Well, just imagine FTL with all of the mods that you'll ever see, with more ships, more crew members, more faction, more of everything. Just add everything. And I wanted to show that in the archive that I actually played the game. I didn't get a copy of all of the stuff unlocked. I actually had to unlock everything manually. You also have a captain, and the captain is huge because the captain plays a lot of various roles. It can be combat, support, I don't know, economy, and some other stuff as well. And all of them are much better suited for certain types of ships. Now, the new novelty of this Steam preview version is that you have the cyber fused, which is exactly what it sounds like. You also get a little bit of lore for everyone. So this guy has 140 but cannot move, 140 health. Should I play with the cybernetic commander just because of how good they are? Plus resistant to suffocation, more repair speed, equipment slots, and so on. I'll play with this guy. I'll also unlock him. That's the currency. That's a good name. As for the ships, well, the ships are massive. For now, we have all of the A and B variants and some of the C variants, as you can see. I haven't unlocked most of them because I don't like some of them, especially the way they start, because they are very, very specialized. So the more you play, the more specialized they get. Attempting to play with this. Also, the ships will have various systems. Some of them will have the assault bay, some of them will not have the assault bay. But actually, let's see more of this stuff. Some of will have lances. Lances attack immediately but have limited ammo. Okay. Look at this ship. It looks like it has explosive mines on top of it. Yes, some of them are actually chaos ships in a way, but don't worry about that. It's perfectly fine. Carnage optics. You can also just kill the enemy crew, you don't have to fight them. I think I'll just play with the normal ship because it's kind of like the best anyway. If you don't have any modules, you don't have good weapons. Well, I guess this will be the hardest choice for newer players. What ship to play with? Well, the more you unlock, the more you like the game anyway. I'll just play with this one, the Deathbringer, because it actually has a lot of interesting options, like for example starting with the Death Knight, which is a Chaos Plague Marine, if you want to look at them like that. And the Psyker, Death Cult Psyker. So you have the Death Cult, the Plague Cult, the what, you get the idea. We'll play on Torment 4. Now this gets much, well, the game modes are interesting because the game gets a lot harder as you progress through them, but they also unlock more things. For example, at Torment 1, merchants have better stock, yes, but if you go to Torment 2, enemy crews are stronger, scrap income is reduced, but you also get access to more things. Enemy ships have access to more weapons and all of the other stuff. So the more you go up the difficulty ladder, the more you'll see some newer items and some stronger items, because some of them are really overpowered. You will not get them in the beginning. So, halves the repair speed of poisoned enemies. Poison. Launch. Now this is not a let's play, this is just to showcase the game a little bit more before the full release. And when the game is fully released, we'll play a lot more of it. But why not? Mostly I tend to go for the mercenary ones. If you pledge your loyalty to a faction, you'll get more stuff from that faction. Ordnance is not bad, but you mostly want the weapons dealer and the mechanic if you cannot get something. Ooh. We also have mini bosses right now, abstract one. I guess we'll go and see what's there. Power up. Also, there's a kind of a funny thingy where you can select abilities and put them on hotkeys. Yeah, but since they don't have anything useful, I guess we can do it like this. Also, one of those games where using auto fire is the worst thing you can do. Yeah. That's not going to be useful for them. So let's just wait a little bit and see. We need more in the weapon room. Also, when the enemy ships have a chest, that means if you board them you get more items, but if they don't have a chest, it's just better to destroy them normally, I guess. It's tempting to go somewhere else, but I think we'll just go with more weapons this time. Our commander can teleport as well, which is great. Death mages. Meh, they're kind of weak. I can go and teleport to have fun with them. Your units require 50% HP per warp. That's bad. We need the oxygen. And you can also recall them at any point you like. Oh wow. That's a problem if they just choose to go to another room. I think you get more munitions if you kill them like that. Anyway, it's such a great game and you cannot even imagine all of the possibilities with the ships and the other stuff. I guess you can imagine them. This will be the way I set up the stations. Okay, let's try that mini boss and then, you know, we'll end the video and play something else. Sometimes there's nothing over there. Oh, I don't have enough scrap to buy anything useful. You can also attack the station, but attacking the station doesn't give you much. Modules. More HP for resting. Corruption beam. Corrosive gas. I'll take it. Nah. Oh boy. The beam is great, but if you actually hit the shields, nothing happens. You have to do an incredible amount of micromanagement in the game. So you also have to make sure your units are teleported out of the ship before it gets destroyed. And trust me, you will lose a lot of games just by destroying the enemy ship while your people are on it. Well, people, your units. Some of them are not really people, you can also have demons and some other stuff. I hunger for souls. Oh, it's okay. Well, I guess this is where the game gets a little bit annoying. So watch this. You have to time your thingies, because the corruption beams are instant, but these things are not instant. Oh, that stinks. Poisonous gas all over the ship. Yeah, they'll just die to the gas at this point. There are also some things that will basically give you zombies. There's a graveyard beam or something like that that spawns zombies when it attacks the enemy ship. So many cool effects, so many cool weapons. Just all around very, very cool game. plus some HP. You need some husk. Actually, this is one of those rare games where you need a lot of crew to your stuff. No, nothing really happens in the first zone. So, select another node. So the developers can basically mod this game infinitely with... What? With new units and more mechanics as much as they like. Yeah, we didn't get a lot of scrap, so there's not much we can do over here. We can buy, let's say, Blood Priest, Magisters. Interestingly enough, these guys have Psyker slots, so Psyker are like spell users that basically ignore the shields and do damage and take control of enemies. Psychers are super strong, but usually they're weak. But now this guy, the High Magister, actually has enough health and damage to survive a little longer. Sometimes you just want them to be kind of like skill monkeys, so basically you buy a heal, put it on someone and then it can use it. But look at this, it's 2 charges per jump, so you cannot infinitely heal your units. The game is actually super well balanced, which is one of the things I like about it. Yeah. If you remove them, you remove them forever. You cannot swap them around like an item. You also have armor, weapons, and some other stuff as well. You have so many cool things. Approach the rupture. Good lord. You are not prepared, but then none of them work. This is actually a unit that you can have on one of the ships. The design is also very cool. Now this is the demon ships. Demon ships work differently than normal ships. They have a heart that regenerates all the damage the ship receives, so you cannot really disable them. You can also not decrew them, because if you kill all units inside the ship, they will still attack you. They also have an annoying tendency to summon demons on your ship. This is the first time I'm seeing them, by the way, so I'm not sure how strong they are. Poison gas is useless against these things, because as you can see, they don't have oxygen on the ships either. Basically, gas is useless because it gets immediately ejected out of the ship, and yeah. Well, this is not as bad as I thought it could be. It's mostly because we have a space marine with us. It was pretty good. Oh wow. Choose one. Tactical exoskeleton, suffocation resistance, so 50% with 50% means suffocation immunity, which is great. Move speed is great, but my poor little guy cannot move at all. Take that. What? Increase game difficulty pass through the rupture. Interesting. Not sure what that does. Huh. So this is how much health they recover after the jump. So many quality of life. I mean, this game is made by the fans. The fans knew what they wanted, so they put it in the game. So look at this. This is for weapons, this is for equipment. 50% resistance, and now he's immune to suffocation. Awesome. I'm not sure what this means. I guess it means we're playing armor or weapons. Greater Wars here will be the target. By the way, you need to sit next to the console for you to gain any bonuses, and they'll actually tell you the bonuses. You can always recall them, so that's not a problem. Our parents are actually quite strong and they can use psychic spells. Oh, they have a bubble over there. Huh. You see, that's the shield ability. So, yeah, the game is actually super complex and you need to look at all of the things. Well, I don't actually need to do anything, so we can recall that guy. So just heal him on the enemy ship as well with the psychic spell. Some of them have a channel time, some of them don't. So we disabled one of the weapons, so we should be fine. Oh, poor little guys. Poison also tends to stack on enemies, so the more poison they have, the more damage they take, which is great for us, as you can imagine. Oh, he's going to take a lot more poison damage. But because of us having this, if they're poisoned, they repair slower. This basically means they cannot repair anything. Oh, I missed that. See? This is how hard it is to use the beam weapon sometimes, because the shields actually go back online super fast. Oh, look at that, they float into space after the ship is destroyed. Siege axe. Well, could have been better. This is actually one of the weakest weapons you can get. Not sure what that difficulty increase means. Target. Sadly, one thing I don't like about the game is that it seems like it doesn't really matter what you choose, because, for example, if you go into the Techno Cult, you have a higher chance of getting Techno units, but it's not that important. You have to activate the Imperial Shrine, or the Shrine, whatever faction it belongs to get units from that special area. So, sadly, I think the Techno Cult is not that good. Technical stuff is not that good, and you might find stronger enemies, so the best option will be Imperial Sector over here. Which is kind of like a basic sector with not much difficulty added. I want to recruit a mercenary and then I'll end the video. Okay, let's see. Charges. You also have consumables. Might as well equip them. Damage to system means damage to rooms or to something that has something in it. So that means we can disable a shield room or something like that. Oh, a chest. I like the chests. Okay, so this will be a good example of us getting a chest and decrewing a ship. Hit beam and thunder cannons. That means they cannot breach our shields. What? We missed everything. That's unfortunate. If we get a teleport room, well, we cannot. There's not actually a teleport room, but we can teleport enemy crew in the room to this ship as well. So you can kind of have a reverse boarding situation where you teleport enemies on your ship. You can use the shuttle pod, I think that's what it's called, to basically transport a few units from that room over there, or you can just use teleport abilities. There are so many ways to interact with the game that it's kind of crazy. Ah, we didn't get the second room filled up with poison gas. Poison is a little more dangerous because it just stacks over time. It takes quite a while to disappear. Okay, let's disable all of that. And let's go and say hello. fire is also just as annoying as you think it is. And this guy has 7 damage and a lot of health, so he'll not really take a lot of damage unless he's fighting super strong units. Yeah, fire is super dangerous. You need basically 2 units to put out the fire in a big room. Most of these guys are low HP anyway. Oh, what? He's refusing to come and fight us like a man. So, who was killed? The vault. Hey, look at that, another exoskeleton. Before I leave, I have to remember to use that. Everyone goes back to their spaces. So the Cyberfuse is an incredibly strong commander when it comes to certain things, but trust me, sometimes you'll have enemy ships that are so strong, boarding them is not even an option. Yeah, I have to use the second projectile as well to heal him up. We're getting kind of low on HP. It's also kind of useless to go and see what they have because we don't have enough money. You can also sell this stuff as well. I usually end up selling that. And give this guy the exoskeleton so he's not so weak. Yeah. Let's just go over here so you can see some of the other stuff. Like I said, it's useless. You get so little out of it, so little resources out of it. Hull Reaper. That does exactly what it says it does. Missile Bay. Reef Bomb this way. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. You can basically reverse board an enemy ship by using also missiles. Teleport our target room to opposing ship. Can target self as well. Imagine that, you just teleport your crew members on the enemy ship with a missile you shoot on yourself. This game is crazy with some of its things. Hullblade Warpick. Yeah, we're not into... Let's repair max. Let's sell these. You might think, well, that's not so expensive. No. Every bit of scrap counts in this game. I'm not sure how the difficulty was increased. It seems like it's more or less the same to me. That's actually pretty big. You can replace the skills. Remember, you cannot remove them. Forget. Yes. Psychic powers ignore the shield, so if an enemy ship has too many shields, you just ignore them with psychic powers if you have any. You can disable their ships with the psychic powers. Okay, so... Now, remember, some of them will have a charge time, 14 seconds, so that means we need to start charging them now. And they get interrupted. I guess I should have boarded them as soon as I started. Too late for that now. Oh wow, we got all of them. Huh. That's for setting my ship on fire, you monsters. Oh boy, not again. At this point I should have upgraded the shield. But, Oh, they have the... Are they using the psychic power to set my ship on fire? I'm not sure. Meh. Now let him fight the fire and he has to restore the oxygen. Yeah, oxygen is mandatory in this game. I support on port, yes, I know. I can imagine this game giving PTSD to a lot of people. Mostly because a single mistake like a fire spreading too much, or you're not repairing the life support system, or an An enemy getting a lucky kill on one of your crew members. Oh, that's so infuriating. Yeah, let's get out of here. This is actually pretty hard for the second area if you think about it, and there are also those demon ships that have no oxygen and demon heart. Those are the worst. Okay. Don't interrupt him again. I'm just waiting for the thing to... Come on, throw the thing already. Okay, see, we disabled the shields with the psychic powers. So now they are basically a hitting target. But stupid thing. Don't need to see what's happening. Damn, they have better sensors than ours. We can fix that. Can you imagine the horrible things that are happening on this ship? Gas. The gas, the enemy crew trying to save them. Also, there are meters over here. You also hear when someone dies. Yep. Sometimes it's actually better to surrender in a way, because you don't have to deal with stuff like this anymore. Oh wow, they had so many crew members. So yeah, some ships are just filled to the brim with crew members, but if they are weak crew members, it doesn't really matter. Choose one. Maybe you may be wondering, why did I choose that? Well, if they have a support slot, they can also teleport. So now I can basically teleport my two strongest members, and I'll put that on for such an amazing game. I think the developers, yeah, this is the kind of game you'd make yourself if you wanted. If you wanted to play a great game, you'd create this game. Come on, you can do it, guys, you can do it. I need more crew members, because your boarding crew needs to be free. Meaning your crew members that teleport on the enemy ship basically must have no job contract. Faith, have faith. The husk will be the problem. Cannot fight a demon like this. Float might. Yeah, there are many types of demons. Yeah, this is a... will be fine. Well, say goodbye to that guy. I guess I could technically put him in the door system. Does this ship have a door system? Yes, it has. I don't think we can save that guy, and this guy has a big cooldown that teleport. These guys are much stronger combatants. This is a skeleton, a simple skeleton. But it does reduce enemy DPS by 1. You have to be super careful about their effects. Varies between jumps. I guess we could jump away. I wonder what the reward will be. I don't think I had an event like this where I had two waves of demons spawning on Holy Talisman. Don't worry about that. It's not heretical if you use it for the greater good, right? That's 2 heresies in one line. But this is actually a very, very strong thing, because enemy DPS cannot exceed 2. So that means if an enemy unit deals 20 damage, it will only deal 2 damage to you. As you can see, our commander is shaping up to be super strong in boarding. He can only take 2 damage, so if he's in a room with 5 enemies, those enemies will deal only 10 DPS as opposed to whatever their normal damage is. So that's actually a great item. I would say this is a great run so far because we have the teleport abilities, we have a lot of cool stuff. Oh man, commander, move over there. Don't have a lot of money, so as you can see, scrap is always a problem. If I had, let's say, 500 scrap, I could probably spend it on a single station. Oh, it's only Corsairs, because I didn't pledge allegiance to a cult, so you really have to pledge allegiance, otherwise you will get silly stuff like this. For example, if you pledged allegiance to the Plague God, you would get probably a chance to get the Death Knights in the unit, so this is much better if you pledge yourself to one of the shrines. Parasite Shield, Gore Blaster, Servo Arm as well, Strength, Fireball, Troll Walk. So you can summon trolls on the enemy ship and then you can teleport to the trolls and this. Yeah, too many good things. So I would say that something like this would be the best option. Well, now we have to go and teleport on an enemy ship so I can show you how this works. Look at this. The teleport I can also use, well, yes, poison resistance, but I guess you can use the poison to just kill them, but it's okay, they'll die too fast. Basically they explode when they die, which means if you fight in the shield room will be disabled as soon as you kill someone. And that's it, we're gone before the event even triggered. This is a husk ship, technical scout. And think about it, there are some weapons that can give you even higher DPS, or some classes that can use 2 weapons, or some items that give you just a ton of damage as well, so yeah. Energy beam, super powerful, and yeah. Remember to disable the auto attack, otherwise you... Go over there, go over there. Oh. Warning, big warning. Sometimes when you damage an enemy system, meaning it goes to red, it can sometimes take a whole point. So, I've died way too many times to me destroying the ship with my captain on. See, somehow the game became much easier after I did some things. You might be thinking, wow, he's overpowered. No, I'm not. Remember, there are still demon ships or enemy crew members that are so strong I'll not even try to board them. And this can also happen. And there are also boss ships, like the final one, which is basically immune to certain abilities like this. You also see the amount of repair it needs to have done. Let me see if I can find a shrine so you can see how it is. Shrine wall. Where are shrine walls? Exclusion zones. Exclusion zones are super dangerous. I'm not sure. It's a high risk, high reward type of deal. Usually you don't want to go there. I guess I'll go there so you can see how the map layout is for something like this. Major threat detected. That's a boss. But that's actually a mini boss. So I guess they added a lot more stuff with the preview version of the game as well. Yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.